Bestbookbits.com brings you the book summary of 10 Lessons for a Post-Pandemic World by Zakaria. Lenin once said, "There are decades when nothing happens, and weeks when decades happen." This is one of those times when history has sped up. CNN host and best-selling author Zakaria helps readers to understand the nature of a post-pandemic world, the political, social, technological, and economic consequences that may take years to unfold. Written in the form of 10 lessons, covering topics from natural and biological risks to the rise of the digital life to an emerging bipolar world, Zakaria helps readers to begin thinking beyond the immediate effects of COVID-19. 10 Lessons for a Post-Pandemic World speaks to past, present, and future, and while urgent and timely, is surely to become an enduring reflection on life in the early 21st century. Lesson 1. Buckle up. The human race has been developing at an extraordinary pace, expanding into every realm at a rate we've never thought it was possible. It is as if we've built the fastest sports car ever imaginable and driving it into the unknown. The problem is, we've never bothered to equip the car with airbags. We didn't purchase insurance. We're not even sure we put on our seatbelts. The engine runs hot. Parts get overheat sometimes. There have been some crashes along the way, with each crash getting worse than the last. So we occasionally stop the vehicle, tune up the suspension, redo the bodywork, and fine-tune the engine. But as we continue the race and getting faster and faster into the unmarked terrain, it's getting equally riskier and riskier. Maybe it's time to install the airbags and buy some insurance. Above all, it's time for everyone to buckle up. Lesson number 2. What matters is not the quantity of government, but the quality. America was once thought as a powerful enough to never collapse. The pandemic has proven all of us wrong. America could slowly edge towards muddling along with a mixed dynamic of economics and dysfunctional politics that follow. It's true that military still outranks all other nations on the planet, but the lives of the normal citizens continue to slip behind. The country becomes more parochial and less global, losing influence and innovation. For many years, the world needed to learn from America, but now it's time for America learns from the rest of the world. Probably what America needs most is to learn about its government, not big or small, but a good and stable government. Lesson 3. Markets are not enough. Regulations, when properly tailored, ensure the level playing field for market. Tax policies can be geared to help workers more and capitals less. The government must get back to injecting major investments into science and technology. Education also needs funding. The biggest challenge perhaps is to make it possible for American citizens to face that environment of global competition and technological dynamism. In staying open to the world and empowering its people, the Northern European countries such as Denmark have found a path that's not only secure but also dynamic and democratic. They understood that markets were amazingly powerful and needed support, buffers, and supplements. America should learn from Europe, adapt their best practice to its own national realities. As the author says, there really is no alternative. Lesson number 4. People should listen to experts, and experts should listen to the people. The world has gotten into chaos. We need more experts to navigate the uncertainties through these times. Experts are becoming an elite of some kind, a group whose knowledge lends them power and authority. On the other end of the spectrum, we'll see government by gut and celebration of ignorance. America, Brazil, and elsewhere have proven these results have been dismal. Experts are great, but they must connect with people and keep their needs at the forefront. The most destructive thinking is the belief that your success makes you superior in your society. After all, in democracies, at least, the people's wishes are the ultimate source of authority. So let it be clear that as we navigate through this pandemic, citizens need to listen to the experts, and the experts need to listen to the people. Lesson number 5. Life is digital. As artificial intelligence AI is leapfrogging itself, people worry that we'll rely too much on our computers and end up thinking of them as our friends and unable to function without them. But the truth is, we're already there, almost. Our phones can give more information than any person could. It can solve complex tasks in nanoseconds. Despite all of that, you might have never mistaken it for a friend. In fact, artificial intelligence might make us value our human companions even more for their creativity, warmth, and intimacy. For the most part of history, we've thought to have many qualities other than our power to calculate: bravery, loyalty, generosity, faith, and love. The movement to digital is fast and broad and real, but perhaps one of its deepest consequences will be to make us cherish the things in us that are most human. Lesson number 6. Aristotle was right. We're social animals. Humans build cities, and cities make humans. These are two sides of the same coin. We are the reason our cities grow and sustain. Even when our cities face catastrophes, humans are naturally drawn to participate and collaborate. No global pandemic will short-circuit this human hardwiring. In fact, the isolation following the lockdown will cause the opposite effect. COVID-19 reminds human race that simple yet profound insight that by nature, we're social animals. Lesson number 7. Inequality will get worse. The most glaring inequality that the most infectious diseases have created is between the healthy and the ill. The divide between the kingdom of the well and the kingdom of the sick is so great that one's worldview can change permanently when crossing it. While sometimes a disease can erase equalities, most of the time it exacerbates them. If we face another pandemic, which is very likely at this point, we must recognize the need to keep everyone safe, both the rich and the poor. That's the kind of equality we're striving for. COVID-19 is forcing us to live up to a piece of wisdom that is the most fundamental and moral sense. Human beings are all equal. Lesson number 8. Globalization is not dead. History doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes, the saying goes. While we're living in an age of technology and globalization, we're seeing the return of one of its oldest stories in international relations, the rise of a new great power and the uneasy this creates in an existing hegemony. Hard-edged, real politic might be back with the rise of China and intensifying great power competition between it and the United States, the two largest economies on the planet. One can confidently say that given the levels of interdependence between the two countries, sustained conflicts would be wrenching, costly, and ultimately, for the average citizen of both countries, hugely counterproductive. In short, globalization isn't dead, but we could kill it. Lesson number 9. The world is becoming bipolar. As tense as the US-China bipolarity may become, it remains embedded in this enduring, powerful multilateral world to which we will turn next. Looking at the shape of the international policies in its future, it is clear bipolarity is inevitable. A Cold War is a choice. Lesson number 10. Sometimes the greatest realist or idealist. On the whole, the liberal international order of our time has improved the lives of more people than any previous system humans have lived with, and it has done so with it is based not on some dreamy delusion of a world in which evil is abolished and virtue reigns. The idealism underlying liberalism is simple and practical. If people cooperate, they'll achieve better outcomes and more durable solutions than they could acting alone. If nations could avoid war, their citizens will live longer, richer, and more secure lives. If they become intertwined economically, everyone's lives are better off. And that's a wrap on this short summary, 10 lessons for a post-pandemic world. If you like this summary, hit the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've done over 1,000 summaries in video, written, and audio format. Check out our website, bestbookbits.com, and follow us on Spotify, Google Podcast, or Apple Podcast. Go out there, have yourself an amazing day. Take care.